guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a real talk type of a video. You guys know, those of you who are subscribers who are not new to the channel know that my channel is mostly about luxury and fashion, but every now and then I will do a real talk, more of a wisdom type of a video. And today, with the new year coming along, I did want to just take some time to reflect and talk to you a little bit about some of my learnings throughout my life. I think sometimes, with the end of the year, it's a perfect opportunity for you to kind of stop and reminisce about all of the things that went well in your life the previous years, all of the things that could have gone differently, what you could have done differently. And I think the most important thing in life is that you learn. When you stop learning, you stop growing. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to make the wrong decision, as long as after the fact you learn from it and you become a better person. So, my life has been a crazy journey of many ups and downs. For those of you who haven't watched some of my real talk videos, but I do have a video where I talk about my career, and how I became a career woman from being poor as hell, my love life, being an immigrant coming from Brazil and trying to create a better life for myself, for my family. So I feel like I have learned so much through my life, and I wanted to make this video about sharing some of these learnings with you. I was not planning on filming this video. This just came through my mind as I was leaving to go to the mall with my husband. He was driving, and I just jotted down right at the top of my head 10 things that I think are life lessons that you should live by, not only this year but every year, to make sure that you are a good person, to make sure you reach your dreams, to make sure you are happy. So that's what the video is about today. I might say some hard truths, and I might say some tough things. I'm gonna give you some tough love here, but sometimes you do need someone to kind of shake you up, to make you wake up for reality, right? I think the people that I value most in my life are not those people that just say amen to everything and how beautiful and how great I am. I want people to tell me the truth, and when I screw up, I learn the most from the people that have the balls to come and talk to me and tell me like it is. So some of what I'm gonna tell you today might hurt a little bit, but this is me giving you tough love and hoping that, the learnings that I have gone through and maybe the tough times are a learning lesson for you, so you don't have to repeat my mistakes. So with that being said, here are my 10 rules to live by for the new year. Rule number 1, live your truth. You have to be yourself. And I know that sounds so cliche and maybe doesn't have a whole lot of impact, but guys, there is no happiness if you are not your true self. If you don't act and you don't do the things that make you happy, and you don't dress the way you want, and you put your makeup the way you want, if you are gay and you cannot come out of the closet, if you are a woman that is in a culture that, forces you to be married but you don't want to get married, you want to build your career. Life is so short for you to not do the things or be the person that you really want to be inside because of society's rules, because of what people are going to think, because maybe people won't accept you, or they will think less of you, or they're not going to respect you. At the end of the day, guys, life, if you look back at the very last day of your life, at everything that you have gone through, and the happy moments and the sad moments, if you did not live a life that was true to who you are, it does not matter how much money you have, if your career is successful, you will not be happy. The very first person you have to please in this world is yourself. I cannot stress that enough. You cannot fulfill your dreams if you are hiding who you are, if you are pretending to be something you are not, if you are trying to look richer than you are, if you really disagree with your husband, if you're unhappy in your marriage, if you want to be single, if you want to have 10 kids, if you don't want to have any kids, if you're gay, if you're lesbian, if you're transsexual, I don't care who you are. You need to be true to who you are inside. If that is not something you are doing right now, use the new year to start that immediately. People might not accept you. I'm not gonna say, hey, come out and everything is gonna be easy and your life is gonna be rainbows and flowers. I'm not saying that. It might be tough, but you know what? It's worth it. That is your own happiness. At the end of the day, you shouldn't care about what other people have to say about you. These people are not paying your bills. Society judges us a lot and creates a lot of different rules and a lot of different boxes that you have to fit into. And I just think that is a recipe for disaster, guys. And what I have learned through life is that actually most people do not have your interest at heart. You know, as sad as that may sound, I think that family most of the time really wants what's best for you, and they give you a lot of tough love. I think you have very few friends in life that are really true friends, that are really happy to see you happy. But the reality is that most people are jealous, most people are competitive, most people don't want to see you happy, don't want to see you make more money, don't want to see you get that promotion at work, don't want to see you get that hot boyfriend or that hot husband. The sad reality is that most people are not positive people, you know, and I am telling you, and I might get some shit for saying this, but I am relaying my own experiences. There are very few people in life that are those true hardcore people that love you, that really want what's best for you. So you cannot live your life listening to society at large, because they really couldn't give a shit less about you succeeding. You are the one that has to look out for yourself. So live your truth, man. My rule number 2, surround yourself with good people. I think that is such an important rule in life. I think the people that are around you influence you, whether you like it or not, whether you see it or not, but slowly and consistently, they really creep on the way you think, they really creep on the way you act, and you become a little bit contaminated by the people that are around you. And that could be good contamination or bad contamination, right? So if your friends are a bunch of drug addicts and all they do is smoke weed all day long, this is kind of what you're gonna end up doing. You're surrounded by people with no drive, and all they want to do is smoke weed all day long, and that's kind of gonna be the outcome for you. If you surround yourself with people that are intelligent, competitive, successful, loving, gentle, with good connections, good networking, only good things come out of that, guys. I remember even in my college years or my high school years, my friends were always really smart and really driven, and what that did to me was put a fire under my ass. And when I saw them getting good grades, I wanted good grades too, so I would study harder. We all have a competitive spirit in ourselves, and being competitive is not a bad thing by any means if you're competitive in a healthy way, right? You don't want to sabotage anybody else, you're not jealous, you're not envious. But if you use this healthy competition to your advantage, it's just gonna help you be more successful, you know? So college was the same thing for me. My friends in engineering school were super smart. My best friend actually got offered to go work for NASA, okay, when I went to chemical engineering school. That's how smart they were. But what happened was they studied hard. I hung out with them. I ended up studying with them, learning from them, and getting that drive to do better. The other thing is, people that are good and that are successful, they are good networking for you. They are good connections. I know this might sound maybe negative to some of you, like you're trying to take advantage of people's connections. That's not what it is, guys. If you hang out in a healthy environment, you're gonna meet great people that are gonna introduce you to great people that are gonna bring great opportunities. Whether you wanna be a doctor, whether you wanna be a fashion blogger, whether you wanna be an actor, an actress, you know, good people bring good things to your life. It is very important that you are surrounding yourself with people that have drive, that are competitive, that want to do good things, that are good people, because that is going to contaminate you in a very, very positive way. So you know what? Those toxic people that are leeches, that are sucking you dry, that bring nothing good to your life, you really need to reevaluate, guys. I mean, I have seen a post a while ago where they say, you know, you do need to evaluate people in your life and promote who needs to be promoted and fire who needs to be fired. People that are toxic, that are negative, that are bringing you down, these need to be out of your life. There is no good coming out of that, and you are just allowing yourself to be taken advantage of or be sucked into that negativity that's gonna end up affecting your outlook on life. So promote the people that need to be promoted and fire those people that need to get the hell out of your life. Rule number 3, whatever you do in life, do it well. You can do anything that your heart desires. I seriously believe that if you set your mind to accomplish a goal, I don't care what goal that is, and you have a plan in place and you're willing to put in the time and the hard work, I truly believe you can make the craziest things happen, and it has happened for me. So I'm telling you this from experience, because 10 years ago, if someone told me when I was in Brazil that I would be living in the US with a successful career, traveling the world with an amazing husband, I would have never believed them, guys. What brought me here today, it was really me taking the steps necessary to make the craziest things happen. So you have to believe in your dreams, but you gotta be good, guys. If you want to be a fashion blogger, let me give you an example. Let's say your dream is to be a fashion blogger, Instagrammer, and make a living off of fashion. You are not gonna get there by creating an Instagram account and posting shitty photos with crappy lighting. I'm sorry, you're not gonna get the followers, you're not gonna get the recognition, you're not gonna get the growth. You have to be good at what you do, and in order to be good at what you do, you have to learn, you have to research, you have to ask, you have to talk to people, you have to read, you have to Google. I don't care if you're the cash register in a grocery store. Be the most badass cash register you have ever seen, so you can become a department manager, eventually a store manager, eventually a regional manager. Whatever you do in life, you have to do it well. It is a brutal world out there. Nobody's gonna give you a handout and say, come here, I'm gonna create this fabulous fashion account for you, and I'm gonna teach you everything you need to do, and I'm gonna help you get the followers. It does not happen like that. People do not give a damn, okay? You have to be the one that gives a damn about what's going on in your life. So you have to do the work. You have to be good. So whatever you decide to do in your life, I don't care if you want to be the vice president of a bank, I don't care if you want to create your business, open a store, open a restaurant, be a travel blogger, you have to research, you have to learn, and you have to be amazing at it. You are not going to get a promotion at work by being a half-ass employee. You're not going to get 5 millions on Instagram by doing a half-ass job and posting crappy photos. It is just not how it works. So learn your craft, learn it very well, take the steps so you are a badass at whatever you do. Rule number 4, do not compare yourself to others. I firmly believe that there is room for everybody in this world to shine, okay? There is not one top fashion blogger in the world. There's hundreds, there's thousands of them. There is not one successful businessman in the world. There's billions of them. There is room for everybody. If you do the work, you are going to be fine. So I think in a society that we live today, with social media, with everything that we are exposed to, it's so hard to not compare yourself with everybody else, right? Oh, this other person gets so many more likes. Oh, this other account is growing so much faster. Oh, this YouTube channel is getting way more views than mine. It is so hard for you to have the confidence to believe in yourself and not compare to what others are doing. You have to throw out the window whatever the hell else everybody else is doing, and you have to follow your path. Because someone is growing their account faster than you does not mean you cannot be successful. Then learn how to get better, then do more research, then take better photos. You have to understand that being jealous and comparing yourself to others only causes you to be negative, and I think in many ways it kind of blocks your creative juices, because you are so busy and consumed with copying what other people are doing or trying to imitate whatever they are doing so you can be successful too, that you are preventing yourself from being creative and creating something that is your own. So one thing I actually not do with my YouTube channel, because obviously my YouTube channel is a big passion of mine, and of course I want to be successful and I want to have millions of followers on YouTube, but I don't watch other YouTube videos unless they are people that are my friends, or every now and then there's a video that will sparkle my attention, but I don't sit there for hours and hours and hours and watch every other luxury fashion YouTuber to see what they're doing. I don't, because I believe it might bring feelings of negativity, and I believe you subconsciously end up imitating what they're doing. I want my ideas to be original, to come from my heart, and I don't want to really create a channel that is just like someone else's channel. I mean, why would I be successful, right? I think to be successful, you have to be original. And to be original, you need to be yourself, and you need to do your thing. Forget about whatever the hell else is going on around you. Focus on what you are doing and make it your own. Rule number 6, if your life has no meaning, it is your fault. And I know this sounds really harsh, but guys, it is the truth. God is not gonna come down from the heavens and say, Erica, your purpose in life is to be an engineer and you're gonna get great joy of creating a YouTube channel. Guys, it doesn't happen like that. If you feel like your life is empty, if you feel like you have no purpose, it's because you are not going after the purpose. You create your purpose in life. If things suck right now, then you need to figure it out. What do you like to do? Is it a career? Is it your love life? Do you need a family? Do you need to change jobs? You have to find within yourself the things in life that give you pleasure and pursue those things, and those things will give you meaning. Different people get pleasure out of different things, right? Some people like to do community work. Some people like to volunteer. Some people like to coach the football team. Some people like to be involved with their kids in their school. Some people love fashion and like to do fashion on the side. If you like makeup, if you like travel, if you like electronics, I don't know, but you need to do some soul searching within yourself and figure out what are the things that give you pleasure and make you feel good about yourself, and you need to go after them. If an awesome career is something that would make you happy and proud, then go after that awesome career so you have purpose in your life. I think with the new generations, it has become really cute for people to post on Instagram and tell how horrible their life is. Oh my God, I'm so depressed. My life is terrible. Oh my God, what am I gonna... And people are, kissing your ass all the way through. Oh, I am so sorry. What can I do to help? I'm so sorry you're depressed. We have become a society that has encouraged that type of behavior. So people feel depressed, feel like they have no meaning. Then they do a ridiculous pathetic post on social media, get tons and tons of comments of people feeling sorry for themselves, and that makes them feel better. Sorry, boo, that's not cute, okay? So if that's your pattern, and if you're realizing that that's your pattern in life, all you're gonna accomplish in life is be depressed for the rest of your life, depending on other people's approval to feel good about yourself. The last thing you wanna do in life is depend on people's approval for your self-worth. Your self-worth has to come from within, from you feeling good about your own accomplishments. So if you are feeling depressed, if you are feeling like things suck, then go find purpose for your life. Rule number 7, be positive. Debbie Downers go nowhere in life. Your success is largely determined by how you handle challenges, disappointments, letdowns. Life is a series of people treating you like shit, you getting denied, you not getting the job you want, people dumping you. That's life. That's life for everybody, not just for you. For me, for you watching, for your family, we all have challenges we have to go through life. Nobody's life is perfect. I don't care how rich they are, how famous they are, nobody's life is perfect. How you handle these challenges and these letdowns are gonna determine if you're gonna get yourself back up over and over and over again so you can finally achieve your goal. I'm gonna give you an example. I have like so many little life examples of things, right? But I watch a show called Naked and Afraid on the Discovery Channel. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with it. But Naked and Afraid is a challenge where two people, a guy and a girl, get dropped in like a crazy forest, like a crazy, obnoxious, hostile environment, and they have to survive for 21 days. They don't have clothes, they are completely naked, and they are allowed to have a tool each that they can bring. So usually they'll bring a knife or a net, knife or a fire starter so they can survive. I watch this show religiously. I love it. And guys, the people that thrive for those 21 days, that survive at the very end, are not the badasses that come in the show and say, I'm from the army, I'm a Navy SEAL, I have training on fire, I have training on hunting, I have training on this and that and the other. No, the people that make it to the end are the ones that survive mentally, that are able to stay positive day in and day out and handle that environment. I cannot tell you how many episodes I have seen where the guy or the girl that comes in as a total badass, full of training, full of theoretical knowledge on how to survive the wild, freaking tap out. And the people that stay are the ones that have the mental stamina to survive. And to me, that is just a little example, a microcosms of what life is all about. At the end of the day, guys, the weak do not survive. You do not want to be the weak. You want to be the strong. So when things suck, if your boyfriend dumped you and your life sucks right now, you need to stay strong. You need to move on with your life. You need to not let that derail you from your goals, because you're going to find another boyfriend later on. So the letdowns are what going to determine how far you are going to go in life. If you are cool and you can survive survive 10 letdowns, 15, 100, believe me, you're gonna get there. Rule number 8, if you do not like something in your life, change it. I cannot tell you how much I hear people complaining, I'm not happy in my marriage, I hate my job, my life is not fulfilling, I never travel, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that. Then why are you not taking the steps to make that happen? If you are in a sucky ass relationship and that person doesn't treat you with the respect that you deserve, then get out. How in the hell are you gonna find a better relationship and give the space for yourself to meet someone better if you are staying there? Same thing with your job. Okay, if you hate your job and you are in a dead-end job and your wish in life is to get a career that makes you good money so you can travel the world, then go after it. Maybe you cannot quit the shitty job right away, but you can do something on the side, you can take classes on the side, training on the side, so you can prepare yourself to get the job that you actually want. In order for you to have a different outcome in your life, you have to change things. Have you guys heard the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome? If you want a different outcome, if you want a different result, then you have to change what you are doing, right? Because continuing on your path is gonna take you to where you are, right? So I will give you a really stupid example. I have so many like practical examples of everything, but something really stupid. My husband is a very, very big YouTuber, right? He has 1.6 million subscribers and he's a big fitness guru. I started my Instagram account as a fitness account a long time ago. And I would do posts about fitness, you know, my workouts, because obviously he's into fitness, so am I. I work out a lot. And over time, that became a real big source of resentment for me, because everybody that followed me just followed me because I was Scott Herman's girlfriend and then later Scott Herman's wife. I could tell everybody that was there, the DMs that I would get on my Instagram account were, can you tell Scott this? Can you tell Scott that I have a question for him on how to do X, Y, and Z? And I know it sounds something silly, but over the years, and this lasted a number of years, that made me feel inferior. That made me feel like I wasn't good enough for people to be there for me, you know? People were just there because I was Scott Herman's wife and they wanted to know more about his life through me. And over time, I became really disenchanted and it kind of affected my self-confidence a little bit because I felt I'm not good enough for people to be interesting. I'm not good enough for people to come here and try to find out more about Erica, you know, and what Erica has to say. And after a while, and I had a good amount of followers, about 7,000 followers. And after a while, I was like, I'm gonna be done with this. You know, it felt hard because it was a change. I had already built a following and I was gonna have to start from zero with 0 followers. But I was like, you know what? Enough is enough. I want an account that people are coming here for Erica, that they know nothing about Scott Herman. And if they like me, they're gonna come here. And if I have 2 followers, then so be it. These 2 followers are here for me and it's better than 7,000 that are here for somebody else. So that's how I started my fashion Instagram account. And I started from 0. I put my fitness account into private. And today my fashion account has 21,000 followers, okay? 21,000 people that are there because they care about me and my photos or my outfits or the content that I am providing. So this is just a small example. My fashion account has been a huge source of happiness in my life because it's a hobby. It's something I'm very passionate about. I am an engineer by day, you know, it's a very serious job, and this is something that I truly enjoy that I can do on the side, right? So it ended up that my fashion account became way more successful than my fitness account, and I never thought that was gonna happen. But for that to happen, I had to close my fitness account, lose all of those followers, and kind of start from 0. And I think that's a little example that sometimes in life you have to kind of drop what you already have and drop a little bit of the weight or something that you already started to start something completely new. And that is kind of scary, but man, the rewards can be endless. So change is very hard for us. Leaving your husband, getting a divorce, breaking up a relationship, getting a new job, leaving a new job that you already know to something that you have no idea, that is very scary. Moving to a different city, moving to a different country to pursue your dreams, starting a new degree, all of those things are so scary, guys, but you have to see it as, you know what? this is a step I have to take in order to get to where I want to be. Another example that I had was my divorce. So I am divorced. I was married for 13 years and I wasn't happy. And it was very scary to get divorced because I thought, I am old, I have a kid, who's gonna want a woman that is a divorcee with a kid? You know, guys think that girls with kids are baggage. You know, I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life. Nobody else is gonna want me. It was one of the scariest things I have done in my life was to get divorced. But guys, if I look back now, I have an amazing husband that accepts my daughter, loves my daughter. He's actually 11 years younger than me, beautiful inside and out, and I would have never gotten to him if I didn't leave my first husband. And hell was scary as hell, guys. So just to show you that you have to take those hard steps to get to the good place. If you are in a bad place and you continue there, you're gonna die there. And life is so short for you to be unhappy. Your biggest commitment in life is with yourself. So you have to go through the tough parts to be able to reap the rewards. Next rule, you have to plan your future. You know, it's so funny because I kind of see that in my job as a little example of how life is, right? You might have big things you want to accomplish in life, but if you don't have a plan and you don't know the steps you need to take to get there, it is just not gonna happen by magic, guys. It is just like my job. I have these huge, crazy objectives and priorities that my manager will give to me that I need to accomplish for the year, and they look really crazy and impossible to make it happen. And I am like, I will break that big problem into smaller chunks, and then I'll be like, okay, this is the first step I need to take, and from here I'm gonna do this and then do that, and then at the end of those 10 steps, I have solved and I have accomplished that big objective that my manager had for me. Life is the same thing, guys. If you have a crazy dream, and I'll give you my example of my crazy dream being moving to United States, right? That was my dream. Life in Brazil sucked. I had no future, no prospect of getting a good job as an engineer there because I didn't have any connections in Brazil. You gotta know somebody to be able to do anything, unfortunately, and I didn't know anybody. So my plan was, I want to move to the US. And in order to make that happen, that was probably 2 years in preparation for me to come here. It was me getting a job, me saving money for a prolonged amount of time, me researching and figuring out how I was gonna get here, how I was gonna get my student visa, where I was gonna study. You have to take the steps, but it worked out. It took a while, right? It might not happen overnight, but when you have a big problem or a big goal in life, you have to break it into small chunks and create a plan so you can get there. So if your goal is to have a career, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna go to college? How are you gonna prepare yourself to get accepted in college? Which college you gonna go to? Did you research what they require? What is the GPA? Do you have to have an essay? If you need an essay, are you practicing your essays? Create a plan. Write it down on paper. I live my life on Excel, guys. I do write everything. I plan everything because that makes it way more digestible for you to comprehend and be like, oh, okay, I can do this one little step first, and then I can do this second little step, versus having this big, overwhelming dream that you want to make happen and you have no idea how you're going to get there. You need to really create a plan. And I also think that putting it in writing sends that energy out to the universe. I really believe, my mom used to tell me when I was a kid, if you want something bad enough, you need to visualize yourself doing it. So she said, if you want to go to college, put the energy out there and think about you going to class. Think about you taking your exams, who you're gonna meet, who your friends are gonna be. I do believe when you put the energy out there in the universe, it's almost like it conspires to make it happen. So put it on paper, create your plan, visualize you doing what you wanna do, because you will get there. Next one, be kind. I cannot emphasize enough, you have to be a good person. You have to treat others nicely. You have to have respect for people. You have to accept that people are different and have different beliefs. It might be different than you. Doesn't mean you have to live like them, but you have to accept them for who they are. I think in life, I have seen it over and over again, guys, where life goes full circle and people that were worse than you are now better than you. So remember, treat people with kindness, because you never know when you are gonna need a helping hand. You never know when you're gonna meet that person again. I will give you an example from my job where I have a good friend, actually my best friend from work. She used to work with me when I started my career. I started working for Anheuser-Busch, making beer. And my best friend, that's how we met. She worked there as well, and we were supervisors, you know, working on shift and rotating shifts. It was kind of like a nightmare of a life, and you know, we kind of went through it together. After a few years, I left that company to go to the company that I work for right now, and the company I work for right now is amazing. I love them. They treat us so nice. They are amazing in everything that they do. They are a good company. They do things the right way, and I said, hey, do you want to come work here? I'm gonna do my best to get you a job here. You are an amazing employee. You deserve to be here. This is awesome. So I was able to get her a job, right? So she came. I was already with my company for like, I don't know, 3 years, and she started with my company, and she was like a position below me. We worked together, whatever, you know, through our careers. I got moved one place, she got moved another place, and I got a remote role. So I work out of my house. I'm an engineer. I don't have to clock in anywhere. I do all of my work in my house. And that is something that I really enjoy, and I'm not willing to really compromise. So I have been offered promotions that would entail me moving or going back to kind of like clocking in, and I have passed promotions because I'd rather work from home. And she's the opposite of me, you know, she's been taking every promotion that has come along. So now she is like 2 levels above me, you know, and I brought her to the company. And guys, I had a tough time in my company where I had an assignment that they asked me to do, and it was a temporary assignment. It was a 2-year assignment. I had to go do this, deliver the objectives, and then after that, they were gonna find something else for me. So I did the assignment, the 2 years expired, you know, and my managers are trying to find a place to fit me in with the company, and I was really stressed that I was gonna lose my job. I was like, holy shit, what if there's no other place for me to go within the company? You know, I love where I'm at. I don't want to change. Well, guess what? She is a big boss right now, found the spot that I'm actually in right now. And she contacted me and she said, Erica, there is this awesome job that was posted. It's a perfect fit for you. You should apply for it because I'm pretty sure you're going to get it. You're awesome. And I got the job, and I am so happy right now because I love what I do. So prime example right there that you might help someone that might be a level below you, and over time this person might pass you and then pay you back the favor. Karma is a bitch. Karma does exist. When you treat people like shit, you're gonna get treated like shit in return. And when you do good to other people, that good does come back to you. We live in a world of very self-centered people, and social media has made that 10 times worse and more magnified. I'm so sick of seeing people in love with themselves. I think you can be confident, you can think you're beautiful, but man, you gotta treat your waiter with respect. You gotta treat the trash guy with respect. Everywhere you go, you should treat others like you would like to be treated, because that comes back to you. That is something that to me is a non-negotiable. I don't care if you're rich. I don't care if you're used to the best things in life. If you are famous, it does not matter. You should treat everybody that crosses your path with respect. And my last rule is be a badass. Guys, you have to be a badass in life. Don't be a crybaby. If you have watched my Rags to Riches video, I talk a little bit about that. Don't be a crybaby. Don't use the bad things that happened to you in your past, with your family, how you were raised, your problems at home. Don't use that as an excuse to not be anything in life. Don't say, well, my dad was an alcoholic, you know, or my mom was addicted to crack. I grew up in a rough neighborhood, therefore I am a criminal. Bullshit, okay? I know many people that went through many rough upbringings. I had a shitty ass home in life for a number of years with many arguments, many fights, alcohol, and I did not let that define my future or who I am going to be. And you should do the same. There is no merit, there is zero merit in being a crybaby, in being a complainer, and looking at all of the challenges you have around you to use that as an excuse to be a loser. You have to take your destiny by the horns, my friend, and you have to be a badass to win. But guess what? When you win and you are a badass, it feels so damn good. So, you know, don't let people run over you. Don't let people take advantage of you. You have to be a leader. You cannot be a follower. You have to earn respect from people, and you have to ask for respect if you're not getting it. If you are in your job and you're doing an amazing job and you haven't gotten a raise in 10 years, and there is someone right beside you manager that has gotten 2, then you need to go talk to your boss. But you have to deserve it. You have to be a badass employee to have the badass attitude to go ask for what you deserve. So take life by the horns and make it happen for you guys. If there's people that treat you like shit, then you need to tell them to F off. If you have a husband that treats you like hell, if your boyfriend doesn't appreciate you, if your boss treats you like shit, then you need to tell them, or you need to go look for another job. You have in life to take charge, and you have to demand respect, and you have to demand what you deserve. But the key word here is what you deserve, okay? You cannot show up in a job and after 6 months of kind of doing a half-ass job, go to your boss and ask for a raise because he's gonna laugh at you. You're gonna have to be a badass employee, and you're gonna have to be better than everybody else, and then you have earned the right to go ask for a raise. Now, one thing that I want to make a big distinction here is that being a badass does not equal being an asshole. I think a lot of people think that being a bad bitch is being a jackass, and that is not at all. I have an example to give you guys. I watch all of the love and hip hop shows on VH1. I love those shows. They're like my guilty pleasure. I think they're super fun. There's drama like crazy, you know, it's super crazy. But one of the things that usually sticks with me from that show is that most of the women on the show, they all say that they are bad bitches. And they all have cheating husbands. That's not being a bad bitch, guys. They think in their head that being a bad bitch is arguing with every other woman on the show and getting into these ridiculous fights in public, and they think they're badass. That's not being a badass. Actually, to me, that's quite pathetic, because you are putting up with a dude that's going around and screwing every other girl in sight, but you want to believe in your head that you are a bad bitch. That's not what it is, guys. You can be kind, you can be nice to people, you can be classy. Being a badass has nothing to do with fights. If you are 40 years old and you decided to go to college, you're a badass. If you grew up in a rough neighborhood, drugs involved, divorced parents, fights, and you decided to go to college and make something of yourself despite all odds, you, my friend, are a badass. If you are a mother of 3 kids and you decided to leave your asshole cheating husband because you know you deserve better, you are a badass. If you are a gay guy in a conservative town and you are going to work in the morning all decked out in your fashion, makeup on point, holding your head up high while people are giving you dirty looks and judging you, you, my friend, are one badass bitch. So I guess my bottom line here, be a badass, but don't be an asshole. But, you know, the message is be strong. Do not take pride in being weak, and say no. You know, that's another big important part of being a badass, is being strong enough to say no. If someone takes advantage of you, if you have that friend that is a leech that's trying to suck the energy out of you, there is times that you need to say no. Maybe your boyfriend takes advantage of you and goes out all wee hours of the night, and you need to be home and be the good girlfriend. You need to say no. In your job, if your boss is taking advantage of you and there's 3 other people that cruise and you are kind of the workhorse, you have to say no. So it is a big part in life, because people will take advantage of you if you let them. It's the nature of the business, and that is in a relationship, that is at work, that is with your friends. If you let them walk all over you, they will. So take pride in being strong and let people know who the boss is, guys. You need to understand your worth so you can show people what your boundaries are, and you can demand the respect that you deserve. But for that to happen, you need to understand your worth. You need to have the confidence. You need to know that you are worth having a good friend. You are worth having a good girlfriend. You are worth having a good partner, having a good job, having a good boss, being paid well. You are worth all of those things, but you have to believe that in your heart in order for you to demand that from other people. So I wanted to end the video here, because I think being strong means everything. But be strong and be kind. I really hope you have a wonderful new year. I think a new year is always a time for you to refresh and kind of renew your commitment and get, you know, that steam you needed behind your butt to make things happen. Is year for new goals, progress, changes. That is scary, but that is so exciting. So make this new year the best year you ever had. So when December comes around and you look back and you're like, damn, I was a badass this year. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I'll see you on the next video. Love you. Bye-bye.